Alright, what's going on, guys? Good morning. Good morning to everyone today. February 6th. Let me make sure that we have no feedback here on the mic, and we'll get started here in just a minute. Alright, what's going on, guys? Good morning to everyone today. Looks like we are good. Alright, guys, February 6th, today's Monday. We're going to do some live analysis here, figure out if we're going to get in some trades or not. I've already kind of marked up a couple, done my homework this morning here, just to get ahead. Let's see here. How's everybody doing? Is everybody having a good morning? I know a couple of you are at work. A couple people are at home. I just woke up a little bit ago. Stayed up late with my wife last night and watched our show, so I wanted to wake up earlier, but that didn't happen. She made me stay up. You know what they say, happy wife, happy life. Alright, let's see what we got here. There he is. I believe that's B-Ray. Take my phone off here so you guys don't hear that vibrating the whole time. Alright, we got, 8 people in here. Give it another minute here, and then we'll get started. Yeah, hopefully everyone's having a good morning. Alright, here. Hoping the music in the background is nice. No, we got the gonna have to turn the music off because I can hear the reverb on that there. That's alright. Alright. Alright, guys, so we're going to take a look at a couple trades here. We were in a trade last night. I'm sure everyone saw how that went. USD CAD just tapped our TP yesterday. Or tapped our SL yesterday before shooting back down, so we did have a loss last night, but that's okay. It wasn't too bad of a loss, just a couple pips there. But we're going to be transparent about it. It happens. Typically, we've been trading at a 75+% win rate. So we're going to stick with the plan that we have, and we're going to keep rolling. I'm just getting logged in on my other account here. I don't know if anyone saw on my Instagram last night that we are doing a challenge. I'm doing a $1,000 to $3,000 account challenge, so $1,000 to $3,000. See if we can kind of get some, make a smaller account a little bigger. Something I've been looking forward to doing for quite some time now, so it's something that I'm going to be looking at doing. I've already started the account. I've already started the $1,000 account, and we had a trade in it last night that I took. And we're going to continue to use that account. I'm still obviously trading out of my bigger account, but the goal is to get this $3,000 or this $1,000 account to $3,000. Make it a little bit more relatable for most people. So let's take a look at some charts here. We're just going to go top down. These are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 charts that I chose. We're going to go through a couple of these, just do top-down analysis. We just got a new hour candle on almost all of them, which is good. All right, we're going to start with AUD/JPY. Let's hop down to the 4-hour here. We've got an uptrend going, clear uptrend with higher highs and higher lows. Higher high, higher low, higher highs, higher low. One lower low there. However, we bounced up and went higher highs, higher lows in terms of this overall trend. Now, if you were to go back, actually, to look at the 1 hour, let me just erase these real quick. If we were to just look at the 1 hour, on the 1 hour time frame, it also is looking like it is on an uptrend. Let's take a look here. We'll go 1 hour. The 1 hour is at a support zone, so we already have our zones drawn out here. So we're going to look for it to break the accumulation zone right here. So we have clear support here, clear support here, here. So there's 3. We had it break support. It broke support, came back up, retested somewhere down in support. We're going to see if this is going to head this way. So for this trade right now, we're going to put, excuse me, we're going to have closure above for buys. Closure above range for buys. So again, we're using support and resistance zones. We're going to want to see closure above the range right here. And if we zoom in a little bit here, Paolo, good morning. B-Ray, good morning. VJ, good morning. If we can get a candle closure above here, that'd be good news. That'd be good news for us. NZD USD, we'll take a look at that in a second there, Paolo. Or I'll add NZD USD now, actually. Let's see, let me add NZD USD up here. We'll take a look at that. So we've looked at AUD/JPY. Euro AUD, double top. On the hour, looks like it's going to drop. If we go to the 4-hour, opened a couple hours ago, opened bearish, had one long bullish, but respected the previous high. So that's a key area for us that it respected. The previous high of the day is going to be right here. It was respected both there and there. So for us, what that means is that this is still in a bearish downtrend. On the 4-hour, you still got the 2 tops there. So your trend line is going to look something like this. It has touched it and respected it. So with a full candle closure under this zone, we're going to look for sells with closure below here. So sells with... So we got sells with closure below the range on this one, and that is due to the 4-hour chart being on a downtrend. So let's hop to the 1-hour just to do a little bit more analysis. The 1-hour, this is a really good pattern that we have here. As you guys can see, we've got the double top right here. Tested, we're hoping to fill this zone again. Filling that zone is the next step in our chart here, and then we can hop down to the 5-minute just to do some further analysis here. When we're on the 5-minute chart right here, you can see that we've respected this zone. Right now, what we're going to want to see in order to enter this right here is we're going to want to see a closure below here on this 5-minute. On this 5-minute time frame, a closure below here would give us a pretty good indication between here and here. So what I'm going to do is draw out a zone here, and we're going to want to see closure below this on the 5-minute in order for us to take an entrance here. So closure below, sells with closure below on here. Alright, so we got that set up. Sells with closure below somewhere around here. Again, if we hop back to the hour time frame, we do have some wicks. Wicks means range, as you guys know that. So we're going to hold on for that and see what we get kind of moving forward here. But on the hour, I can actually delete that one and stretch that one out a little bit. Okay. AUD USD. We're not going to really probably touch this one. Looks like we're getting a break and retest here, a break and retest here. So if we're looking at a break and retest on this one, we'd be looking at sells, especially with these long wicks right here. If we get two long wicks that respect their previous high, which is, or the previous low of the past swing, we're looking at right here. That's been respected twice. So AUD USD, we could be looking at a sell here. Ideally, we'd want to see closure below this. So let me clone this, and we're going to put this right here. Closure below the range for sells here, being that this is looking like a break and retrace type situation on all accounts here. Now this is on the hour, so if we hop to the 4-hour, the 4-hour still has some room to fill right here. This area that we're looking at has not been filled. Granted, we do have 4, 8, 12, 16 hours of support right here. 16 hours of not breaking it with it being in that zone. We still have no reason to believe that it can't fill this zone right here other than that. So depending on how we close on the hour, this could drive down to finish down here, or we could see this bearish candle drive up to fill this zone right here. So we're going to hold off on this one right now. That's why I'm going to keep that one in in yellow. So let's see, NZD CHF. We got a full break here on the 4-hour. The 4-hour has fully broken, so we're gonna grab one of these right here. The full hour has fully broken the previous low. We're now looking at another range at the bottom here, which is now looking at a range back from Friday, December 23rd area. It was the last time it was this low. So we are looking at some sort of new support at the bottom here that we can find. We're going to need to see some sort of movement here. Let's look at the 1-hour just to do our full top-down analysis. So on the 1-hour here, we're also looking at another break and retest here, very similar to the last one that we were looking at with the break and retests. So this is very similar in fashion if we're going to compare the two. So yeah, we're looking at this sort of break and retest right here. We've had a break of a zone, a retest of it, a break of a zone, a retest of it. We're looking to see if this is going to fill this area down here. Again, this area down here was like the December 23rd area. So if we could get a bearish close here, we'll look to take sells on this one. Bearish close for sell on this one. So we'll keep an eye on this one. We've just got some key support and resistance zones blocked out here in blue. Let's look at NZD USD. I know Paolo was looking at that one. So we'll take a look at this one. I haven't quite marked this one yet, so we'll do this together. So let's hop to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, so on the 4 hour time frame right now, we've clearly found a low. We've got a low back on, what is this, January 23rd or January 2nd? Okay. We've got a little bit of a zone right here that we'll create. Yeah, there's definitely a zone right there. Then we've got a new zone that was created right here. So we're gonna put it at, so the top of these candles right here, because this is where you had some sort of support slash resistance. And then we're also gonna put one at this top area right here, and then we're gonna extend this along that way. So if we're drawing out our zones here, it's going to be important to make sure we're identifying them correctly. We got a zone right there. You could use this down here as a support, but I'm going to use this area. What's going on, MG9? How you been? And then we're going to draw our resistance zones. So it's pretty clear of our resistance zones. We could actually back it up a little more again because we are on the 4 hour. So our resistance zones we're going to put here, and we're going to draw another one right about up here. And we're going to put our resistance zone in this area. All right, so we've got support, accumulation, resistance. We're going to look at this one. So this is the 4 hour. The 4 hour is obviously clearly very bearish. We're on a downtrend here. We're on a downtrend here, but we can take a look at the hour chart and see if we get some sort of momentum to get a close. NZD USD has a double bottom and it broke. Let's see here. Paulo, what time frame are you looking at there for the double bottom? Interested to see what time frame you're looking at for a double bottom there. So, yes, what I would want to see here, it's not really a double bottom. I would say this is more of a break and retest, kind of like the other charts we were looking at, because we've got this new zone here, right? This is our new zone that we're looking at. We've got the break and the retest, and now we've got a break and another retest. If we close bearish here, I'd be comfortable taking a sell to fill this zone. So let's just get a little drawing in here. So we're gonna say close bearish to fill this zone. We're going to look at a bearish close to fill this zone right here. So, yeah, we broke through this area. This was our key low that we were looking for. The reason being is you had resistance level here when it was back down here. You had support here when it was back down here. You had support here when it was back down here. These three elements and these 3 points are very, very key points. They're also very key points right here and right here. So what we're doing is we've actually broke it now down here. So we're in the retest phase right here, which is a very important phase because we want to see it reject this area. Now, if we do get a rejection, which it looks like we are, we could enter this. Now, we're going to either want to see a bearish engulfing candle or some sort of wick that would indicate that it has range. Because there is no wick right here on the previous bullish candle, we're going to probably have the wick formed on the next candle. So I'll repeat myself there because I know that one might have got lost in translation. As you can see, there's no wick here. There's no wick on this candle, right? Because there's no wick on this candle, that means the next candle is going to have to create the wick in order for it to continue driving down, like we want to see, in order for it to continue driving down. So, ideally, we're going to wait to enter for it to create a wick, maybe come back up a little bit. Notice that there will be range there, so we're actually going to change this to say bearish close to fill the zone with a wick. Bearish close to fill the zone with a wick. We can hop down to the 15-minute candle. We also just got new 15-minute candles. So when we look at the 15, we have a lower high and a lower low. So here was our previous high. Here's our next previous high. Here's our previous lows. Here's our next previous lows. Ideally, we're assuming something's going to be here and here. Stay within a price channel like this. That's what we can expect. That's just using market structure there. So hopefully everyone understands that. We can look to enter this at the 30-minute candle if we want. On the 30-minute time frame here, if this can create some sort of wick, that would be really nice for us. If we could see some sort of wick. Some sort of wick down here would be nice to enter on a 30-minute. Otherwise, we're going to have to wait until the hour candle close. USD CAD. As you can see, yesterday we just barely tapped it and it went back down. So we're going to get rid of that. We're not going to touch this pair for right now. There is clearly a massive trend that even though this trend was broken, so if we hop to the hour here, this trend was broken. So now this trend is no longer valid now that this trend was broken. Let me zoom in a little bit more here. So this trend was broken. You now have one of two things. You could have a double top forming where it could come up here, or this could be the break of the previous highs. The break of the previous highs was right here, and you now have a minor small support zone right here that could become bullish, and we could see it flip this way, or we could see it flip down to fill this zone right here. So if we were looking at this, we could see it fill this zone here, or we could see it retest and fill this zone up here. If we were to see that, we would need to see confirmation above or below. So we're not really going to touch that right now. So I'm going to get rid of USD CAD. Don't like it right now. Nothing to see on USD CAD. USD JPY. So this one was weird. Yesterday it opened way above where it closed the previous week, as you can see. So due to that, what we're going to do is wait to see it retest this new area. We have a new resistance zone. Let me hop to the 4 hour here. So the 4 hour, yes, you have a resistance zone up here. However, our more important resistance zone is going to be this area right here. This is our new resistance zone. Reason being is it opened here. It had a ton of downward movement, popped back up. We're going to want to see if it's going to actually hit this and then retrace and fill this gap. Typically, a gap will be filled. But obviously it's in an uptrend right now. It's got 8 hours of bullish movement. So we're going to want to wait to see if we get some rejection here. If we can get some solid rejection in this area, I would say this is something that we can look to enter on a sell. However, if we don't get any sort of rejection there, we're not going to be able to have any good indication that this isn't going to fill this next zone, which we could draw by going to the sorry about that, guys. We could draw by going to the following area, which would be up here and up here, and then this is going to be a smaller zone. Right there. So that would be the reason that we would look for that. But we're going to need to see some sort of break and retest there. And if we don't see the retest on the resistance zone there, which I'd be surprised if we didn't, we're not going to touch that at all just because it's kind of in a weird zone with this gap. This gap is very hard to trade if you don't know what you're doing. So we're gonna hold off on that for a minute right now. Let's see here. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. I don't know why it did that. My camera turned off there for a second. It's like the second time that happened. Sorry about that, guys. Just fixing that. Okay. Technical difficulties, I apologize. But we got it squared away there. All right, let's move on here. So we got the USD JPY information. We're all square on that. Let's move this one up. And our final chart that we're going to look at is GJ. GBP JPY. GBP JPY is at a very strong resistance area. However, it is driving through right now. If we can see here, GJ had an area of resistance here and also an area of resistance here. So right here, we're going to need to see some sort of, it completed the head and shoulders pattern. We're going to need to see some sort of information that would let us know that this is going to drive back down, but right now it looks very bullish. So we're going to keep that as green because that looks like it could be a buy. If we were to get a closure above the range, so if we were to get a closure above the range, closure above the range would be for buys here. So for our technical analysis on this one, we're going to need to see a full body closure here. So if we hop to the 4-hour time frame, it's we have a massive bullish engulfing candle on the 1 hour and on the 30-minute. We're going to need to see some sort of closure above this range. Otherwise, this could drive back down, and this could just be a retest. This could be a break and retest and drive back down here. So we're going to hold off on that one for right now until we get some more confirmation. So we did just get a new 30-minute candle on all time frames. So we're going to go see if there is something that we can enter. That's great news on AUD-JPY. AUD-JPY, we had a massive wick. And then we also had a start that on the new 30-minute candle indicating that this is moving upwards. So if this new 30-minute or 15-minute candle closes above, we can definitely look to take a buy here. So we're still looking at AUD JPY buys, guys. Again, we also had this this area here, so this is important to realize that you've now created. So you had the lower highs and the lower lows, indicating that it was on a downtrend. But now you actually have higher lows and higher highs in comparison to the previous highs and the previous lows. So that is indicating that the trend has switched now to an uptrend. We can draw a trend line if we wanted here from along this. So this would be our new trend line now. You could also draw a channel if you wanted. But this is going to be something like what our new channel's looking like. So obviously it's not the most symmetrical right now. This could end up being something that goes out this way. Like we could get more of a retest down here. However, if we're going to go just based on this trend, we should see some accumulation up in this area. But we're going to need to see a closure above this, a buy with a closure above here. Euro AUD was the double top we were talking about. Actually had clearly rejected it. So on the past 30-minute candle was actually a full bullish engulfing candle with no wick. What that tells me is that there might be some range created for this to test this area again. But if we don't break this previous high, which is right here, this 1.56214 area, if we don't break this area, we're going to be looking for a sell down here with closure below the previous high where it rejected the zone. It rejected the zone right here clearly, so this could be signifying that it is actually a break, retest, and moving upward. So in that case, what we'd be looking for is it to fill this zone up here after it broke. However, I'm more confident that it's going to break this zone right here and come down this way, and we're going to actually be looking for sells. So based off just past information, price action, and what the candlesticks are doing with this not having such a wick right there, we're probably looking for sells. Our best case would be to see a wick or a bearish engulfing candle. Either of the two are going to give us some pretty good indication that we're going to see what we want to see here for this trade. Let's see here. All right, AUD USD. All right, we got a full closure below the range, no wick. I'd feel pretty comfortable taking a sell here. I kind of want to see it break that though, to be honest with you. So on the smaller time frames, I'd like to see it break that where it opened up. This is where it opened up. So we're going to want to see it break just to make sure it doesn't retest this. So again, sells with closure below here. If we can see it break this, we can look for sells here. If you did want to get in here, you could, but this is... this should fill this range down here. On AUD USD should fill this range down here, but we're going to wait for more confirmation again because we want the highest probability of odds of figuring out when we're going to have NZD USD wick. All right, let's take a look. What time frame are you looking at? Yeah, again, we're going to want to see bearish close to fill this zone. It wasn't a bearish engulfing, but we are creating a wick here. I do like this NZD USD trade, especially because we have no zone to fill until way down here. So your probability of having no friction really down here, it's pretty good. And you're looking at the 15-minute time frame. So let's take a look to the 15 minutes. Yeah, again, I'm gonna want to see a close in 15 minutes with some sort of wick indicating that it's gonna move down. Because if we get a no wick close here, that's not really good for us. A no wick close isn't good for us. All right, so we're going to take a look at USD JPY. This came up to retest the zone again. So when we look at the hour here, this was the zone we were talking about. This is a key resistance zone that we're looking at right now. We're taking a look at this area. We need to see a retest here, especially on the hour. On the new hour candle and probably the 45-minute, but right now it's extremely bullish. We're seeing a lot of bullish movement. GBP JPY, again, it's driving through this range, so it does look extremely bullish also, but we're going to want to see some sort of wick and closure above this range. Some sort of wick that's going to indicate that we have more range to push upward. And guys, if you haven't already, do me a huge favor and like the stream. Go ahead and like it down below. There's that little thumbs up button. Go ahead and like that stream, guys. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. You get notifications when I post videos while we're waiting for the next couple candles here to see what we're going to do. I'd appreciate that very much. AUD JPY. We got the break above the range. So if we get the closure above the range on the hour here, I know you guys really like this NZD USD trade. Yeah, the hour is looking real good too. Especially because you got almost a full body there. To Nancy, done. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. I should probably like my own stream, shouldn't I? Here we go. There's 7. I got the laptop going down here, so when we put the trade in, I can do it on my live accounts here. And I will say, you can put sell stops in. We could trade like that. A lot of people, I've noticed a lot of streamers put sell stops in. That way everybody's on the same page. If we wanted, we could put a sell stop in right here, guys. So that way we're just waiting on it to activate. So let's do that. We're going to put a sell stop right here. So I'm going to make this sell stop a different color. But we're going to put a sell stop right here. I'm going to make this yellow so everybody can see it. I'm going to change this to sell stops. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. What are we doing here? So we're going to put sell stops at 0.62926. 62926. All right, so we're going to put sell stops right here. Okay? So we're going to want to see it break it. So for us to if you're on your live if you're live right now on an account on NZD USD, we're going to put sell stops right there. So once that's triggered, this is what it's going to look like for us. Short position, entrance is going to be right there. We're going to have our stop loss up here. Our stop loss is going to be right there. And our take profit is going to be down here. And we're going to have a couple different take profits. Actually, we're going to have, a couple different take profits here. We're going to have take profit 1 be in this area. Take profit 2 be in this area. And take profit 3 be in this area. So that's what it's going to look like. We do have sell stops in. I'm going to go ahead and put these on mine. So give me just 1 second here. I'm going to put my sell stops on my live account here. And again, this is NZD USD, guys. NZD USD. So there's two ways you can do this. You can do it the way we're doing it with sell stops, or you could wait to enter live after we get this 15-minute closure. It's going to be up to you guys how you enter it. However, I am going to enter. I'm going to enter based off the sell stop, I believe, unless we get a different kind of close, unless we get a full closure engulfing candle on the 15, but we'll have to wait another couple minutes here to see what that looks like. Yeah, I do like that. So we're going to put sell stops at that's 62926. 629. And keep in mind, depending on your broker, you may have a little bit of different spreads, but that just depends on your broker. Might be 2 or 3 spread difference, but I wouldn't be too worried about it. So I'm entering 4 smaller lots here on the small account, and then on the bigger account I'm gonna enter a couple of normal size lots, 25.00 on my big account. Let's go NZD USD. We're gonna wait 1 minute here and see if we might actually just sell. The sell stop is safe, but if there's a good enough wick on the 15-minute, we may just enter because we have closure below. Yeah, we have closure below on this 15-minute. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually enter right here. So that's gonna be our entrance. So we're going to enter right here for a sell, especially with the wicks the way they are right now. Let's see here. All right, so I have entered here. I'm going to send this out in the chat so everybody can get it. So while everyone gets set up, make sure you have your take profits set and your stop losses set. But we are going to be entered in this trade. So we're going to take a sell here off the 15-minute. Our sell was pretty much at the, let's see, 63.014 area. So let me just, I'm going to screenshot this, make sure I get it in the group for everyone. So if they're not on live. But I liked the closure below there, so we're going to save this chart image real quick. All right, and give me just a minute here, guys, to get this situated. Here, I'm gonna mute myself and put some music on while we enter this trade. Okay. All right, guys, I'm in on all of mine, so just wanted to do that real quick. Looks like on the hour we could possibly get a bearish engulfing candle, which is a really good sign. How many of you are in on this trade right now? NZD USD. All right, so we're in there. Let's hop over to the live stream. All right, so we are in on this trade, guys. Not sure how many of you are in on this, but we are in. We're getting a lot of downward pressure here. Hopefully we'll have the body engulfing it with a wick. So we are in on one trade. Good morning, Adiel. Good to hear from you. I don't know if you guys saw either. On my Instagram, I posted last night about doing a $1,000 to $3,000 account challenge. So today is day 2 of that. Today's day 2. So I am in on a $1,000 to $3,000 challenge. I'm obviously still using my major account that makes my money, but I am going to also use my smaller account to show other traders that it is possible to make money with a smaller amount of money. It's a test. It's a test. Little challenges like this could be fun too. Keeps you strict. keeps you really on your toes. You got to really follow your rules. Make sure you're not over leveraging yourself. Because right now, with the account size I have, I can get away with holding 50 to 100 pips negative. Can't do that with $1,000 account. So keeps me really, really tight, if that makes sense. And depending on where you got in, I got in at 63002 and 63000 is where I got in. I'm actually in profit already. So if you got in where we got in here, you are in profit. Not much, but you are in profit. Maybe 5 pips, 6 pips in profit. So we are in a sell on this one. I'm going to move this to the top. I did want to check this AUD JPY. Yeah, you got pullback here. Euro AUD. So we are testing this double top. Nothing to really see here. Nothing I like unless it fully rejects it on the following candle. AUD USD. We need a closure below. This is looking like it might fully engulf. So that also has a USD pair as its secondary pair. Same with NZD USD. So that's good. They're correlating. They're both going down. That's good news. NZD CHF. Same thing here. NZD is the main pair going down. That's a good sign. GBP JPY. We're going to need to probably wait another hour until we entered that. And USD JPY. We're going to need to see rejection. So right now, nothing. That was probably the best trade for us to enter right now. All right. Fayez is in. Yep, I'm starting with 1,000 on this account. This small account that I'm on right now. I'm starting with $1,000. And seeing what I can do with it. The goal is to get it to 3,000 hopefully in a week, but it's probably going to be closer to 2 weeks based off the loss we had last night. It was a small loss because I used proper position sizing. On my $1,000 account, I am using 0.1 and 0.2 lots. So 0.2 is what I'm using, and 0.1. Depending on how many times I want to enter. I typically enter 4 trades at a time. So because I enter 4 trades at a time, I like to use a smaller lot. So either 0.10 or 0.20. That is going to be the lot sizes that I'm using. Miss H is in. Fayez Ali is in. All right. Might be. Let's see. We're going to get a lot of movement here going into this next hour. And let's check. At 10:30 today, we also have AUD news, so we need to keep that in mind. At 10:30, there is big news for AUD. So this AUD JPY, they're projecting it to go upward. We have cash rate and RBA statement at 10:30 for news. If the actual is greater than the forecast, we're in good shape, which means AUD is going to fly, which is great for this AUD JPY trade. If we get closures above here, we could trade news, and we could put some buy stops up here in this area. We could put buy stops right there. If we wanted to trade news, if it doesn't get there in the next hour before there. But 10:30, you have cash rate news coming out for AUD. Keep that in mind if you're in any AUD trades. And right now we're watching our trade that we're in. Check the 5-minute, no wicks there. So we should create some sort of wick, but we're going to need to pass right here for this to really get into some good profits. We're going to want to see it pass there for it to drop down. We got 4 minutes, I believe, until the new, let's see, we got, 3 minutes and 30 seconds as of right now until the new candle. And we are currently 5.5 pips in profit. Five and a half pips. Now we wait. Hardest part of trading, as I've told you guys many times. Hardest part of trading is waiting. Matt, can you quickly explain again the NZD USD trade? Yes, of course. So NZD USD on the 4-hour time frame is extremely bearish. We had it break and retest. We have a full body candle closure on the 4-hour above underneath the zone. So if you see this 4-hour candle, it's fully underneath the zone. It looks like it's probably going to drive to the next zone. If we hop to the 1-hour, so top-down analysis here, great news here. These two candles had the exact same body, which is great news. That shows that it's going to continue the downtrend. We respected the previous high. We did not break it. And the wick on this 1-hour candle respected the previous 1-hour high. So we have two candles that have not broken this previous high, and they have not broken this previous low of the above, which would indicate that it would be moving upwards. We also have a fully bearish candle right now, almost engulfing. There's a little bit of wick that it didn't engulf up there, but it is engulfing the entire body. So that is why we took the sell here. I don't know why that keeps happening, that it keeps closing my camera. It's quite annoying that it keeps doing that. I've got to use my other camera. I don't know why it keeps doing that, but all right, I'm using my other camera. Sorry about that, guys. My Canon just doesn't want to stay on through the whole stream. It's all right though. Canon one is such better quality too. That's what bothers me, is I want to be able to keep it on the whole time and it just doesn't want to stay on. I think I gotta mess with the settings, probably try and make it not auto shut off. I think that's what it has. It's that auto shut off button. But hopefully that makes sense, audio, if you heard me there on explaining the trade. Thanks. Yeah, UNLV, baby. That's where I went to school. Actually, I have a finance degree from UNLV and a hospitality degree from UNLV. Yeah, we could look at EuroCAD. We're getting a new hour candle here, so we're going to hold off for a second. I believe this is a new 4-hour candle as well. So, again, if you want to understand why we took this trade, we had a long wick on the 4-hour, and we had a full body closure. This candle is a full body closure. We just got a new 4-hour candle. This candle is great news. I'm not worried about it driving up at all. It's going to create a wick somewhere up here and then drive back down, most likely. So, EuroCAD, while we're waiting for this to just hang out, EuroCAD. EuroCAD is a very similar looking chart. Let's see here. EuroCAD's a very similar looking chart. You're going to have to move this down here. This is kind of not really valid right here. Well, it is. It is. EuroCAD on the new 4-hour also. The only thing that scares me about EuroCAD is we had no wick. So there is 0 wick on this EuroCAD right here. No wick there. In addition to that, you've got a pretty strong support right here. So we'd need to see some sort of break. This is probably going to drive back up. The last 1, 2, 3 times it hit this area, it drove back up. So I don't want to go against the trend because it did retest and come down, but there's not much of a wick there. So we're going to hold off on EuroCAD. Even if we hop to the 1 hour here on EuroCAD, you did have a full candle body closure, so I will give you that. Yes, you did have a full candle body closure below. However, you're still going to want to see some under this because your next zone is not very far from here. Your next zone is right here. That's only 3.8 pips from there to there. So there's nothing to really take until you saw it close here, because if it closes under here, then you can see it drive down this way, and there you at least have more pips right there. I mean, from here to there, you're looking at least 23.4 pips. So there's some more range there for it to drive down to, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's your next zone really. NZD USD, you come back and take a look at this one. It's driving the way we want it to. If you're in this trade now, 6-7-ish pips in profit if you're in this trade. On my small account right now, on that $1,000 account, I'm almost $30 in profit on the small account. On the big one, almost 500, 900 now. But I like this trade a lot. This is a good trade. So Paolo, I think you were the one that asked me to look at this chart. It was a good call, very good call. Which means I'm doing my job right? We talked about this last night. BOS. I don't know what you're saying there. BOS. BOS, huh? I'm trading on 0.20 with the $1,000 account. 0.20. I have 3 positions in at 0.20 on the $1,000 account. With a tight stop loss. Like stop loss on my $1,000 accounts like right here. So worst case on the small account, 19 pips. That's it. On my big account, I have the stop loss up here. Break of structure. Yes, you are correct. Okay, yeah, BOS, break of structure, yes. That's literally the basis of how I trade, is breaking structure. So right here is where I have my stop loss on the big account. The smaller account, I have my stop loss here. But realistically, it shouldn't come anywhere near here again. We can look at these technicals too. The 1 day, the 4 hours strong sell, the 2 hours a strong sell, the 1 hour is a strong sell. Almost everything's a strong sell here. All the indicators are strong sells. For those of you who have never used that, if you scroll to this side right here, more technicals, if you click that, you can look at each time frame and it tells you every single one. You got 13 sells, 15 sells, 9 neutral, 2 buys. So it tells you every single RSI, all of them, commodity channel index, simple moving average, exponential moving average. It gives you all of them. You don't even need to put it on the chart. But we align pretty strong with these. So that's always a good thing. Oh yeah, let's go green. I know Adiel loves that. We're going green. Where did I find what? We're going to get a 15-minute candle here soon. This is a big candle coming up here. Green light mode. This is a big candle coming up here, just because we're at that point, guys. We're at that point where if we break, it's going to be great news. Great news for the trade. But we are already 7.5 pips in profit right now. Oh, the technicals. So when you're on, here, let me exit out of that. When you're in your trading view, when you're in trading view at the bottom right here, I don't know if I put this here. I can't remember. I don't think it's too late if you wanted to buy another lot. Just be careful that it could come back up. It could retest again, but it doesn't look like it's going to. But it could. Just keep in mind it could. But yeah, because this was where our sell stops originally were. We would have activated sell stops right here. If you guys remember when we were talking about it, we would have activated sell stops right here. So we'd be activated right now. And we're going to be hopefully in free fall after this, because if we go to like the 4 hour, oh wow, that's a big chart. Sorry guys. Yeah. If we look at the 4 hour right here, yeah, if we look at the 4 hour, there's like nothing stopping it. There's nothing stopping it until like maybe right here. Maybe right there. There's really nothing stopping it until like right there. So we're in like free fall right there. Go back to the 15-minute. Again, guys, if you haven't liked the stream, go ahead and do so, please. Click that like button on the bottom. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you're not in the Telegram group, which I assume mostly everyone was because that's how they found out about the stream, all the links, all my social media links, everything's in the description of this live right now. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, I think I got all the links in there. I post on all of them daily. And we got a couple more minutes here. We got what? Approximately 5 minutes. We're going to get a new 5-minute candle any second right now. And we got a full body, almost a full body closure below on the 5-minute. We'll see. We might get a little bit of retracement here, but kind of like we did in this area on the 5-minute. After it flew down, we had like one green candle for 5 minutes. We could get that again, and then it could move down. Or we could just get a red candle. We'll see, though. We did just get a new 5-minute candle, which is good news. $2,100 in profit on the big account right now. And on the small account, $43 in profit on the small account. And she's moving. She is moving. How many pips are we in profit here? Let's see. Almost 10 pips in profit, guys. You are 10 pips in profit. If you want to secure some profits, you can. You can secure profits if you'd like to, or move stop losses to break even if you want to, just to make sure that you don't lose on this trade. But if you move your stop losses to break even right now, this is a risk-free trade. We're going to consider this a risk-free trade now. So if you haven't already and you want to, you can move your stop losses to break even if you wanted to. It's totally up to you, but this is a risk-free trade right now going into this next hour or this next 15-minute candle. And we are now 11.5 pips in profit. On my big account, that's almost $5,000 right now. Small account, we're looking at $55 in profit. That break of the previous high is a really good sign for us, guys. This break right here, that break right there was huge for us. That was a really good sign. In terms of probability in this trade, that only increases our probability that we are going to indeed fill the zone. So for us, that was a big move. That was a very big move to see there. Yeah, the hour's looking good. If we look at the 15-minute candle also is looking real good with that break. So ideally what we want to see is it probably tap this yellow and create a bit of a wick to give us some range to show that it's going to drive down more. We are still driving. 62 in profit on the small account, 5,700 in profit on the big account, guys. So 7 hours ahead, huh? Well, unfortunately, I can't change what time zone I'm in, so I'm sorry about that. I do the best I can. I pretty much trade all the time, as most of these guys know. I mean, I'll trade in the morning, I'll trade at night. I like trading at night. I like the Asian and the London sessions, but New York session I try to get in pretty good on Mondays and Tuesdays. Sometimes actually throughout the week we'll have New York session trading. Last week was weird just because of all the news, but I try my best, guys. Unfortunately, I can't be in every time zone at once. Would be nice though, wouldn't it? Here's our new 15-minute candle. Not much of a wick here, which is okay. So we could see some retreat up to this line, or we could just see it keep driving. But we are 13 pips in profit. $70 on the small account, 6,700 on the big account. And we're getting some good movement. Some really good movement. I don't always move my stop loss to break even. Um, Most of the time, I secure 50% profits. So, like in another, if we can tap this yellow line here, this 62849, I'll probably take 50% profits and leave the last two as runners. That way, if they do go negative, we're still in profit. But moving the stop loss to break even is, if you have a smaller account that can't really hold too much negative. Again, if it can't hold negative, you're probably over leveraging yourself. But if you have a smaller account, and you want to ensure that you're not losing money, because it's obviously better to make no money than it is to lose money. So I don't always move my stop loss to break even, but it's a way to just ensure that you have 100% profits, or you ensure that you don't lose money. So on a trade like this, I'd probably move my stop loss to right here, which is that 0.63220 area. That way, if you do lose money, it's like a lot less. It's 20 pips. Or you could use a trailing stop loss and just kind of move it down as you go. Every 5 pips, move it down. So that way you make profit no matter what. Because, I mean, you can move your stop loss to right here and guarantee yourself at least a couple pips profit. You know what I mean? So you don't have to necessarily move your stop loss to break even, but I say that so you have the opportunity to be in a completely risk-free trade. And that's what's important, because if you're in a risk-free trade, no sweat, don't even need to worry about it. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, so we're getting a little bit of pressure the other way, a little bit of buying pressure down here, especially because there's no wick, like I said. So we're gonna want to see some sort of wick right here, and probably a wick down here. We've already created the bottom wick, so it's probably gonna move up somewhere near here, and then probably reverse. That would be ideal, just so we see some sort of wicks on the way down. Because without wicks, as you can see here, no wicks, no wicks. No wicks here, no wicks here. We don't really want to see no wicks. We want to see some wicks. So some upward pressure right now is good. So it could create a wick when it comes back down. We'll see if it respects that break line. So the break line at 0.62930 was where it broke. That's where our extra confirmation was. That 0.62930. So we'll see if it rejects that right now. We can hop over to the 5 minute, since we just got a new 5 minute candle. So we'd like to see it reject here. No wick up here. So it might create a wick. We'll see. But we'd like to see it reject and come back down. But we are still in profit, guys. Alright. And we're coming up on a 30-minute candle here. We got 9 minutes. 9 minutes until a new 30-minute candle. So that's going to give us some more information as well to see which way this thing's going to go. But I got a feeling we might sit in this trade for a little bit, being that we did get a break and we're probably going to get some sort of retest on some time frame. If we look at the 30-minute, yeah, that's a wick and a half right there. That's a big wick right there. We did get the break though, so the break on the 4 hour was huge for us. This break on the 4 hour, let me delete this. This arrow. But the break on the 4 hour was probably the biggest thing for us right now. So we're going to see what happens here, but being that we created such a long wick there, that's a good sign. And we're getting a lot of movement here. There's a ton of volume on this chart right now. So we'll see what happens here. Again, we are, let's see. So we're only, what, 7, oh, there she goes back down. Well, 7 pips in profit. So we did have a little bit of a retracement, which is fine because it doesn't move in a linear pattern. You know, you're never just going to see straight up and straight down. We're never going to see that. You're going to see movement left and right like you do, you know. You have this movement. I mean, on this downtrend, you had a full bearish candle and a full bullish candle, and then a bunch of bearish candles, bullish, bearish. So you're going to see this on the way down, which is fine. It's not a big deal. We're back to respecting this, which is what we wanted. We want this body closure to respect this. That's going to be huge. If we can get a body closure that the candle of the body respects this line right here, it's going to be a big deal for us. Ideally, that's what we want to see. Let's go back to this. Tendency, yeah, I do one-on-one coaching, yeah. So most of the people in here are in my VIP group. I have a VIP channel. I do one-on-ones as well. You get a 45-minute session every week. I know there's a bunch of guys in this group that can attest to that. Once a week you get a 45-minute session for how long you're joined. I can put the link actually if you guys want for the to sign up. I can put the link in there if you are interested. I have a bot that does all of my payments and stuff like that, so I can show you that. So we are getting downward pressure again, though. That's a good thing. There you go. So there's the link right there. If you click that link, it'll open up Telegram for you. That's Trading with OM Bot. You'll click Start at the bottom. Once you click Start at the bottom, it'll present you with all the options. I would suggest doing at least a month. The month gets you the more time you buy, the better the price is. So the breakdowns work out. You save between $25, $50, $100, $200, depending on how long you do it. I would suggest minimally doing a month. That's where you're going to see the best results because you get 4 one-on-one sessions with me, one each week. I know there's a couple guys in here that can attest to that. So, yeah, there is one-on-ones available. Hopefully most of you are in enough profit right now to where you could cover that easily. On the small account, guys, I'm $41 in profit. I know we were up to that 60 area when we were all the way down there, but I'm 41 in profit on the small account. And on the big account, a little over 2,000. So we are still in profit, guys. We got about 4 minutes until we get this new 30-minute candle. About 3 minutes and 10 seconds coming up here. Yeah, so we'll be getting a new candle here soon. 3 minutes from now exactly, we'll be getting a new candle. Now it's a waiting game. We can go check on a couple of these other charts. This AUDJPY. Oof, good thing we didn't take a buy there. That actually rejected. Euro AUD. Yeah, Euro AUD looks like it's gonna close with a buy. I mean, we still got this trend line to compete with, so we still need to see a buy. Euro AUD is actually gonna go green. AUD USD. Yeah, AUD flew down. That was good. You had that tweezer top up here, and then she's just dropping. So we did get the closure below the range. And again, that's the same because we're USD pair. USD was a secondary pairs on both of those. NZD CHF, a little bit of climbing, but this should reject. GJ, let's see, GJ. GJ on the hours still looking pretty bullish. Again, I want to see a wick. Would like to see a wick with a body. Some sort of wick with a body right here. Would want to see that close above. But you've got a lot of resistance around here. I mean, you've got a line there. You've got a line here. You've got a line here. So you've got a lot of resistance points that you'd need to break because the next zone is up here. But you've got a couple weird spots where it may have trouble getting past. I think out of all these trades, yeah, this one's still going too. We wouldn't have touched that. Yeah, the only other trade that ran congruently with what we did that would have been a good trade was AUD USD, but I'm a little more confident in our NZD USD trade with the hour candle that was almost engulfing and the 4-hour candle like we talked about that fully closed below the range. We got a full 4-hour candle. That's going to give you a pretty high probability of what's to come. So we're on the 30-minute right now. And we're going to wait to see what happens here on this 30-minute candle. We got a large wick, which is good, indicates range. It's a great sign. You know, it's funny because a lot of people think that wicks mean that it's going to reverse, and that's not always the case. Obviously, it is in some areas. Like in some areas, when you have large wicks, it does reverse. But in this case, I mean, you had a large wick here, so some people would think, oh, it's going to reverse this way because there's a bunch of buying pressure. It was actually the exact opposite. It filled the range. So wicks indicate range, and we definitely have range right there. And we're on the 30-minute time frame right now because we did just get a 30-minute candle. So now we wait. And we wait to see what happens. And we're coming up toward break even here. Again, I did not move my stop losses, guys. I did not move mine. You could have moved it to break even, but I did not. I'm okay with sitting in this. It's trying to push. There's definitely buyers coming in that are trying to push. And when we talk about psychological zones, we definitely reached a psychological zone for a lot of people, as you can see here. The psychological zone down here is people said, oh, we found a bottom. So that's where all this buying pressure is coming in from, is that people thinking that we found a bottom, which could be true. However, based off this, we had full closure below. I don't think we found a bottom, but we're certainly going to find out. We are certainly going to find out here. It's just a waiting game now. How many are still in this? Did anyone take profit on this when we were in profit? Whatever that 12, 13 pips, I think, at the most is what we were in. Did anyone take profit there? Or is everyone holding? We'd like to see it respect that green candle down there. Audiel's holding, Tennessee's holding. I'm holding too. I am holding as well. Especially because we still got 30 minutes left in this hour candle. There's a ton of movement for it to move. Yeah, we are holding this one. Take a look at the other chart that was running congruently with it. If we took a look at, what was it, AUD USD? Yeah, so AUD USD had the same thing right here. As you can see, it did the same thing. Which is fine. Again, we're going to see buying pressure. It doesn't move in a linear fashion. Euro AUD. David, what's going on, man? Good to hear from you. Euro AUD is actually rejecting this area. So again, sells with closure below. AUD USD was the one we were just talking about. NZD CHF. So NZD is the primary pair we're trading in. Also did the same thing right here. So it had to move upward. So all pairs that start with NZD are probably doing the same. And all pairs that ends with the NZD are probably dropping. Like that one. AUD NZD probably dropping. Yep. So we got a lot of congruent movement here, which is fine because that means that everything's pretty much consistent across the board. But it looks like it is struggling to break this area right here, which is a good sign. And we're back to where we entered. There's a ton of movement in the market right now, guys. If you're looking at your screens if you're looking at your watch list right now, these numbers are moving like crazy. As you can see, there's a lot of movement in the market, a lot of buying and selling going on, which is why we're going to see all this movement. Yeah, we're going to see a lot of movement right here. AUD JPY. Not touching it. We got too long of a wick down here. Again, we wanted to see closures above a range. Yes, it's respecting a trend line, but I'm not touching AUDJPY right now. If that's something you're looking at, I would advise against it right now. Um, there's a long wick indicating range, and you didn't get a closure above this zone yet, a full closure above yet, so I wouldn't touch that right now. She tried to push up on us. She didn't, which is good. She certainly tried. That wick is real good though, guys. This wick is a great thing to see. And if you look over here where these wicks were, so if we look like right here, you had long wicks, and then you had a little bit of movement up, and then you had your drop back. So we could be looking at something similar here where you have, a long wick, maybe another long wick, some movement up, and then we can get some drop back down this way. So there's a lot of things that could happen here based off market structure, price action, all that good stuff, but we're flipping bearish again, which is a good thing. We're flipping down and back in profit. Small profit, but profit nonetheless. And she's definitely moving down now. That's a good thing. So the candle that I was talking about, I'll put a line here for you guys. This candle right here, it didn't break that candle high, so it never broke it right there. I'll make it a different color. I'll make it like pink. No, make it got so many different colors on here. So that candle right there, it didn't break that candle. So in terms of structure, the retest, after it broke and retested, it didn't break that candle right here and right here, which is good. That's good news. We might get a little doji right here, depending on how this closes. I think we're gonna get a lot of movement before the hour close, though. That's what it's looking like. But we're just waiting on this one. AUDJPY. Let's see if that other USD pair started to move down also. Yeah, so the other USD pair also did the same thing, respected the previous low up here, and it couldn't break it there. So we're getting the same kind of movement on both charts, which is a good thing. And again, our major confirmation was this 4-hour candle close below. That 4-hour candle close below was huge. This 4-hour candle right there was our biggest momentum mover right there. And we're going to see movement here. And keep in mind, the AUD pairs also are going to have news in 50 minutes. So the AUD pairs are going to have a lot of news in 50 minutes. Let's hop back down to the 15-minute because that's going to be our next newest candle. Yeah, 15 minutes going to be our next newest candle coming up here in 5 minutes. USDJPY looks good. Yeah, you had two dojis at the top, so definitely indicates reversal. USDJPY does look decent, but again, I'm not going to enter another trade, especially with USD as the primary pair and USD as the secondary pair. You're not going to want to enter a trade with you're not going to want to enter a trade like that because those are going to run inversely on you. So that is super important. You're not going to want to do that. I'd stay away from entering trades with inverse pairs just to avoid getting burnt. I would definitely stay away from that because one's going to go up, one's going to go down. With a primary pair is USD and a secondary pair is USD, they're going to run opposite of each other. So I would stay away from that. This movement on the 15 is crazy. It's certainly moving quite a bit and creating range on both sides here. Let's see, what did we get? A new 5 minute a little bit ago. So on the 5 minute, we tapped it. We tapped that line. Tapped it and came back down on the 5. We're going to want to really see it break this again. If we can break this again, this area right here, it's going to be really good for us. If we can break that again. Probability wise, that's going to give us a lot of insurance, if you will. Reassurance, I should say. If it does break that. But we are still in profit, guys. So if you are in this trade, looks like mostly everyone was holding. About 5 pips in profit right now. And counting. Oh, yeah. Wow, look at that. 7 pips in profit. So you just got another 2 pips. 5 minutes fun to watch because that's where you get all the movement. Most of your movements on the 5. Like that's visible at least until you see big swings. So it's always fun to watch on the 5 minute. I don't really touch the 1 minute. I know somebody had asked that in a previous stream. I don't really touch the 1 minute. The 1 minute's for like professional scalpers. Good to hear, B-Ray. Yeah, I've been working with B-Ray for quite some time now. Good guy. Appreciate that, B-Ray. Getting a lot of movement here. If you did want to secure some profits, guys, now would be the time. Almost 10 pips. If you wanted to secure, well, we're at like 9 pips actually. If you wanted to secure some profits, you certainly could. No shame in securing profits. I believe I'm going to still hold here. So, no wick on that 5 minute candle. We did get a new 15, which is why we had all that movement. Yeah, look at that wick on the 15. My goodness. There's quite some wick on the 15 there. Makes me a little nervous because we had no bottom wick. But because of the way the hour looks, I'm not really too nervous because the hour, we can't get too in depth on the smaller time frames when we entered on the larger time frames. So we still need to focus on the larger time frames. But yeah, we're hopefully going to fill this wick down here. And if we got a body closure above here, below here, on this hour coming up, that's going to be a good sign for us. We are 9 pips in profit, guys. 9, maybe 10, depending on where you entered. 9 pips in profit. I am right around $40 on my small account and right around 3,000 on the 2,800 on the small account, or on the big account. I apologize. All right, let's see what happens here. I might have to start wearing this UNLV hat every stream. Might be my good luck charm. No, I'm just kidding. There's no luck involved in this. This is all price action trading. Candlestick analysis. Market structure. It's all you need. Those three things: price action, candlestick analysis, market structure. You know those three, you can become a profitable trader. I firmly believe that, 100%. I know there's a lot of people that like to use indicators. Great. If your indicators give you extra confirmation, even better. No shame in using indicators. I personally use those three, though. A little over $40 in profit on the small account, guys. And on that new 15-minute candle that we got, created a wick and is showing some downward movement. A little over $50 in the small, a little over 2,000 in the big. But coming into these last 10-12 minutes, we're going to see a lot of movement, and this is going to give us a real indication of which way this is going to go. All right, let's see here. Mr. V, what's going on, man? Huh. Get my phone off there so you guys don't need to keep hearing all that vibrating. Put it in my pocket. All right, let's see here. We got about 10 minutes. 10 minutes and 10 seconds until our new candle. 10 minutes until the new candle, guys. And on the hour, we're looking pretty solid. I really like the 1 hour candle right now. Again, we are 10, 11 pips in profit right now. All right, let's see here. We did get a new 5-minute. Let's see. 5 minutes struggling to break. However, it is retesting, which is really good news. So this area right here, this back down area here is retesting just as it did. It retested this area. Now it's retesting this area. So if we were to go with the lower lows and lower highs method, we're going to want to see this drop down. But we're going to focus on the hour candle right now. A lot of movement on this hour candle. Hopefully these wicks are valid on the bottom side here, because they are valid on both sides. The body's about the same size and the wicks are almost the same size on the top and the bottom. But again, that 4-hour candle for us is still in our favor quite a bit. If you're still in this trade right now, I am going to secure 50% profits on this. I'm taking $6, $12, $1,800 out of the 6 trades I was in on my big account. I just took profit on 3 of them. On the smaller account, I'm gonna take profit on. I'm in 5 trades on the small account. I'm taking profit on 2 of them. And leaving 3 runners. So I did just take profit. I'm going to send that in the group on the smaller account and the big account. I took 50% profits on both of them. And now we're getting some really good movement going into the final hour here. If we tap that line, guys, I would suggest taking profits now. There's our move. That is almost 20 pips in profit. 18 pip profit, guys. 18 pip profit in driving. I'm fully out in the small account, guys. I am now fully out in the small account, and I'm going to go ahead and take full profits on the big account. I'm fully out of this trade, guys. Good trade. That was a really good trade. That was a really good trade. If you want to stay in it, you certainly can. I'm out full on this trade. Let me make sure I message that in the group so everybody knows. Made almost $100 on the $1,000 account, guys. That was a good trade. If you want to stay in this trade, you're more than welcome to, but I am more than comfortable with 18 pip profit, 17 pip profit where I got out, 16, 17 pips. That is more than enough for me, not going to get greedy at all. So we are in profit, and we have taken profits now. All right, full profits out on this one, guys. We're going to wait to see another... Good, I'm glad you increased it by 10%. This thing might drive down through here, but without seeing a wick, I don't know if I'm going to touch it. But I do want to look at some of these other ones. We can look at one more trade here before we get a new hour candle. See if there's something else that we see. AUD USD needs to break this. But AUD is going to have a lot of news coming up here. And most likely the AUD pairs are going to shoot up this way. So don't stay in any AUD pairs. USD JPY going into the hour. Looks like we may actually... we're going to need to see above this zone because we have an area up here. And GBP JPY... Nothing to see here yet. USD CAD looking somewhat like a buy. But... curious to see where this ends up. But that was a good trade, guys. Live stream trade. We are, yeah, 17 pips in profit. 17 pip trade on live stream, guys. That's gonna be it for the stream. Really appreciate you guys hopping on. We can look at some other trades. I'm gonna look at them on my own here. However, that was a good trade. We waited. We held a little bit. We held a little bit negative for a minute there, and we got the movement that we wanted. So that's going to be it for the stream, guys. If you have not already liked the stream and subscribed, please do so. I would really appreciate it. That's a win, though. That is a win. W's. Good trade, team. If you have any questions, you know where to find me on Telegram. Some of you have my phone number. If you have any questions, let me know. If you like the stream, tell a friend. Let someone else know. The bigger we can grow this community, the more we can all win. That's the goal. The goal is to make everyone win. We can all eat over here. I appreciate everybody hopping on. Follow me on all socials, guys. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are making this happen. So thank you. Enjoy the rest of your days and stay tuned. If you're in the VIP group, you'll get more trades today. The free group might not get any trades, but the VIP group is definitely going to get some trades today with all the movement we're having. So thank you again, guys. I really appreciate it. It's good to see you all. We're probably going to stream again tomorrow. I'm thinking tomorrow morning that we're going to hop on another stream. If you have any questions, let me know, guys. Thanks again. Good to see you all.